Hi there, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. My name is Aaron, and if it seems like it hasn't been long ago since you have seen me, that is true because we live in a dystopian, post-apocalyptic wasteland where sales go on one after another, relentlessly like zombies coming after your pocketbook. But we have a really good one to look at today, and that one is the 50% off Criterion sale. So yes, it is a Barnes & Noble sale. It's the sale that Logan Toxic wrote that infamous song about. And Logan, if you're out there, man, love to see you over here. Love to get you on the channel. I am going to go through the Criterion sale. We're going to look at the 50% off. I got a whole bunch, a stack of Criterion here that I'm going to show you guys as recommendations as well. And we will see how this goes. This is an early video for me, so I'm not quite sure how many people are up away from work after last night, after the big Severance sale and everything that went on there. But we will see. We'll see how things go. And tomorrow we have the Vinegar Syndrome. Started that one, a whole 7 days of that. And from there on out, I don't know because it seems like every time I wake up or turn a corner, there's a new sale. So we'll see what's going on, and I'll help you spend a bit of your money because I have none to spend of my own. With that being said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And it does help the channel out when you super chat, super sticker, or donate. It goes a long way to keeping this channel going. I want to thank my patrons so much because this wouldn't be happening right now if it was not for all you amazing people. And here we are. So we're going to go back and forth between looking at the sale and giving recommendations. And you're going to see what a weird eclectic mix of films I like, because if any company is going to show you the weirdness of titles that I enjoy, Criterion is going to be that company. So let's start off by showing you one that I like and then going into the sale to give you some ideas. So right here is a film by Peter Weir, a film that was so divisive that when the studio heads came to see it, and it came to the ending of the film, that the studio guy hated the ending so much he threw his cup, breaking it across the theater, and that would be Picnic at Hanging Rock. Now, this version of Picnic at Hanging Rock includes the book as well as the film, and if you are expecting like, hey, Picnic at Hanging Rock had a really kind of open end. Hey there, Alan, welcome, man. Maybe if I read the book, I'll figure out, maybe read the Joan Lindsay novel. Then I'll know what happens to Picnic at Hanging Rock. Well, no, you won't. Because it was meant that way. Peter Weir didn't make that happen. It's the way it was in the book. And it is a good read, though. It's a good read. It's a fun read. It's a great movie. It's a beautiful looking film. Hey there, Alex. Welcome, man. Too many sales, not enough dough. That is my mantra, Alex, right now. I watched, it's like, I'm like that little kid, like that little homeless kid outside, not homeless kid, those movies, those in the 40s when they have like the little match girl or something like that. And they'd be inside, and there'd be people inside buying the turkey for Christmas. They'd be inside watching that, my friends, that's me. And let us look at all this stuff. We got 4Ks, we got Blu-rays, we got DVDs, we got a whole bunch of stuff to check out here. And there's so much goodness with Criterion. And I can tell you right now that of all the companies that are doing sales right now, Criterion is definitely one of them. But it's one of the best ones. We got box sets to look at. We got UHDs to look at. I figure we'll start with the UHDs because let's be honest, 4K is becoming the collector's norm right now. No, you do not need to know my location. Barnes & Noble. Nice try, though. As you can see right here, starting off right out of the gate, we have the excellent film with Griffin Dunne there, After Hours. If you've never seen this movie, it is a great one. What other sales are going on? Well, Nubs, right now we have a Severance sale going on. We have a Full Moon Direct sale going on. Got to go to 2 separate websites to look at the Full Moon sale. There is also, as of tomorrow, there is a Vinegar Syndrome sale going on. Right now, until I think the 6th of July, we have a Kino sale that is going on. Indicator has some titles that were out of print that are back in print for around the day or two. That's going on right now. And I'm pretty sure Synapse has a sale going on with oldies.com. And I am going to be a skeleton in the chair by the time these sales get over and this heat goes away. One of the most romantically beautiful films. Too much sales, not enough money. That's our mantra right now. Is The Princess Bride. My better half has a fantastic shirt with three of the most romantic words ever spoken, "as you wish," written on it. Right? And she is a huge fan of The Princess Bride. This is a gorgeous 4K. If you haven't got it, I haven't yet, but I have. But I would definitely recommend it. I've got The Trial here with Orson Welles. Uh, Moon Age Daydream, which is one that I haven't seen. It's a movie on the absolutely fantastic mind of David Bowie. The renowned Western set in 4K. I have the Blu-ray edition of it from Indicator, where it was called Five Tall Tales. It's this right here. It has The Tall T, Decision Sundown, Buchanan Rides Alone, Ride Lonesome, Comanche Station. Just some incredible movies. A great collaboration between a star and a filmmaker working together just perfectly. Like people think John Wayne and John Ford. What you really want to think are Bud Boddicker and Randolph Scott, because those are the seriously high quality westerns that you want to have in your collection. We got Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard here, which is a classic film. Akira Kurosawa's Dreams is here in 4K. Anything Akira Kurosawa in 4K. Hey there, Swift. Welcome, man. I literally, it's warm. I'm literally on fire. So. We got Walkabout, the early Jenny Agutter film, where many of us, when we were young, saw Jenny Agutter for the first time and fell in love. And then we would see her again, of course, in a million movies, because as couplings would put it. And in their now infamous episode, watching Jenny Agutter in a film was your key to guaranteed nudity. It was. Walkabout's an excellent film, though. We got Time Bandits here. This used to have like a Lynn Tickler like cover on it, like slip cover. I'm not sure if it still does or not. We have Wall-E, their first Disney release into the Criterion Collection. Gotta love that. Pixar Disney stuff. Where did my screen go? I like to have this on in the background. We got Thelma and Louise here, Lost Highway, Rules of the Game. Wings of Desire is a fantastic title. Malcolm X. Hey, man, welcome, man. Wondering if the UK Criterions are going on sale as well. Hopefully they will be. It's different for the UK because, as I'm pretty sure you're aware, May, the distribution company that did Criterion over there in the UK didn't do the best job. Although, to be honest with that, that's why we haven't seen as many UK announcements as we've seen like US announcements. However, Criterion is being taken over by another distribution company, so you're probably going to start seeing a lot more Criterion coming around. So hopefully there's a sale. If not, I'm sure there's going to have a sale in the near future because they always do the November sale as well. We got one of my favorite film noirs with Fred McMurray and Barbara Stanwyck in Double Indemnity. The Fisher King. One of those movies that kind of made me cry. Arrow just announced Blood and Black Lace and the Psycho Collection on 4K. I did not see that. We will check that in a second. Actually, there's always new announcements. One of my recommendations, and it's here right now. There's a 4K edition, so you can get it in 4K. You can be super fancy, but it was a fantastic viewer actually sent me this, and a good friend of mine. And this is Night of the Living Dead. This is the Blu-ray for Night of the Living Dead. For years, this was a movie that would be on every label, and you would literally be rolling a dice, wondering, hey, what's the quality going to be like in this copy of Night of the Living Dead? How cut or uncut is this version of Night of the Living Dead? So you can buy the 4K, or you can, if you're a Blu-ray guy, you can buy the Blu-ray of it as well. It's got an amazing 4K digital restoration on here that was supervised by the late George A. Romero and the co-screenwriter John Russo. It's really, really good. There's a lot of features on here. There's never before presented work print of the film, that of Anubis on here. Some audio commentaries, a load of stuff. And if you love if you're loving your horror when it comes to that, then I got another one. I have another title. I'm just gonna float it by you because it's it's a favorite of mine. I want to know if it's a favorite of yours, and I'm assuming I can find it here because it's one of those films that haunted me when I was a kid for years. Craig, I'm glad to do it. I'm glad to come in and talk to you guys all the time. Carnival of Souls. So this is a Herc Harvey film. Um, for years, this one I saw it as a kid, and when I saw it first, it was one of those times when you turn on TV late at night and you're watching a movie and you miss the opening of the film. But I'm watching this film here. I don't know what it's called at the time. There's no internet back then, and there's no VHS back then. And I'm watching this movie. This is utterly beautiful, horrifying, wonderful film, which I would later find out was Carnival of Souls. And that guy, that creepy looking dude, the girl, it's just one of those mwah, perfect ones. Hadn't Tickler slipcover for the DVD version of Time Bandits, but was so hot in the mall by the time we were done shopping and Tickler started cracking and peeling. Oh, that sucks. Love Carnival of Souls. You just gained cool points, Craig. You just gained some cool points. We got Mildred Pierce here. The utterly incredible Last Waltz, which is a great documentary. Raging Bull with Robert De Niro. Again, another one of my favorites. It's got a 4K now. I got the Blu-ray edition of it, and I'll always love and cherish this. And this is a blowout, Brian De Palma. This is one of my all-time favorite Brian De Palma films. Probably my second favorite Brian De Palma film. My first one, well, guess it. Like, see if you can guess in the section in below. Maybe you want to give a guess by giving a super chat. That's the way to give a guess. I'm trying, guys. I'm going to get my mask and become the Lucha Horror. That's what I'm going to do until this works out. We got an hour-long interview with Brian De Palma, conducted by Noah Baumbach. And it was a neat thing because at the time you did not get a lot of like Brian De Palma interviews. This was like that De Palma documentary that came out. And I love this cover because you look at this cover right here. If you've seen this movie, then you know what this means. So we got John Travolta here. He's a sound engineer. He does like the sound effects on films, and he's looking for a good scream for a slasher film that he's making. And so, hey, welcome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. As long as you come in here and enjoy yourself and are entertained, that is what I'm here for. It's the original Carnival of Souls on Criterion. I don't think that remake is ever getting Criterion, man. It was not that good. But this is literally John Travolta after people have come in and they've wrecked his sound library. This is literally his life. He spent years doing this. So we've seen the unraveling of his life in this picture right here on the cover. Should be a bonus on a disc. Yeah, kind of like Creepshow 3. Really doesn't deserve a Blu-ray, but it's got one. Doesn't deserve, hell, let's be honest. Creepshow 3 doesn't deserve a DVD, but it's got one. Nobody's guessed my favorite Brian De Palma film. I'm still waiting. I want to see if somebody can guess it. Hey, Gino, welcome, man. Later today, me and Gino are doing a video here. We're going to enter for a short collector's corner video, a first of a new series that we're doing. And you'll be able to see Gino tonight. So we'll be doing it later on. God, what is the time? Around 11 my time, which I think is around 5 or so your time. Not Dress to Kill, but you're close. You're getting close. I love Dress to Kill. That's number 3. I'm a huge Brian De Palma fan, see? So, not Sisters. That's number 4. And yes, I do have a list in my head of Brian De Palma films. I was in love with Margot Kidder, though. The best, one of the best, for me, the best Lois Lane of all time. Though I do love the girl in Lois and Clark. And if you're not watching, Lois Clark, I do love Lois and Clark. But Superman and Lois. If you're not watching that show, you really should be. Not Phantom of the Paradise. That is number 5. Hey, Jesse, welcome. Jesse, do you know my favorite Brian De Palma film? Hin, do you know my favorite Brian De Palma film? Do you remember? Let's see if my better half remembers my favorite Brian De Palma film. I'm puttering around the spot. It actually has my... Here's a hint. It's not a good hint, but here's a hint. For a split second, it has my favorite soap opera actor in it as well, from Santa Barbara. No, not Dressed to Kill. That was already guessed. And one of my favorite scream queens of all time, Barbara Crampton, is at the beginning of the film. This, Robert got it. It is Body Double. I absolutely adore Body Double. We got Craig Wasson. We got Greg Henry. You got the lists of like people that are in them. You got the beautiful Deborah Shelton, who, I'm sorry, honey, but like if Deborah Shelton walked in, she's on my list, the same as Hugh Jackman's on yours. Hells to the yeah. I can't believe it took you guys so long, but kudos, Robert. Body Double is, in fact, my favorite Brian De Palma film. Speaking of films that are liked by people, there's one that's liked by my better half, and I'm sure that she would give a recommendation to, and that's Le Cercle Rouge. One of the films that she kind of like got me into. I know, yeah, it is rough, man. It's not CW's fault. Well, it is sort of. Yeah, CW. Screw the new CW. Really want the 4K of Branded to Kill. That's a nice one, man. Shaft. Shut your mouth. Everybody gotta love Shaft. I'm Branded to Kill. I still may. I'm like you. I took the Blu-ray from Arrow Video. The Red Shoes is here, a Preston Powell film. We got things like For All Mankind, Menace to Society, Hard Day's Night. Let's get back to the actual sale. And with that being said, let's also kind of get back to showing you a couple more of my particular choices, the ones that I like a lot. So we're going to hit the box set. So I'm going to show you one of my favorite box sets, because the other one, I don't know where it's at right now. It's probably way too freaking far up. What are you looking for? The Samurai one.
The what? Yeah. All the way out there.
Oh, for God's sakes.
No way.
It is the Ingmar Bergman set here. If you are somebody that's happy and you're saying, I've been happy for way too long, I think I need to watch a Bergman. Not every Bergman film is a sad, depressing film, though, although my better half tends to think that they are. But this is an amazing box set. One of the greatest box sets ever made. The Godzilla one, that one I do have. That one I can show you, because it is very, very close by. And it is right here. It is an absolutely stunning set. I love the way this is done. Some people didn't like the oversized aspect of this, or the way it was done, like kind of like a book with movies in the back. But someone is definitely not me, because I absolutely adored the way that this set was done. So all the films right here. We got the Blu-rays, DVDs, 8 discs altogether. First DVDs? Was it Blu-rays and DVDs or just Blu-rays? Aaron does not remember. It's too one to remember. But I proudly display that set right alongside my Gamera set. Let's see all the box sets and let's see what the prices are. All right, so we got the Pasolini box set here for $124. That's still a bit on that one right there, though it is a great little set. We got the Godzilla set. It's down to $112, so not too bad for that set. I actually paid less than that set. Less for that set, though. I'm pretty sure we did. Uh, the Bruce Lee Greatest Hits one is down for $62.49. But that being said, that Arrow box set for Bruce Lee is coming out, and I don't know, man. Kind of the set, right? We got the Infernal Affairs trilogy here, the Essential Fellini, which is a great little set. Three Colors by Kozlowski is here as well. We got the Lars von Trier set. Forget wanting to be depressed with Bergman. Try watching some von Trier hint. And if you're a guy, try watching some von Trier and not crossing your legs. We got the Police Story 2 set here with Jackie Chan, which is incredible. The Before trilogy is a great set. Any of these Martin Scorsese World Cinema ones, definitely worth picking up. But here's another thing. I will say this right now. You can pick it up now, especially because Scorsese, one of the people that helped save Turner Classic Movies when Zaslav was putting it on the axe. Artie Pur, the Arrow exclusive 4K set, saying that I hate when it makes. Yeah. It's a cool set, though, man. It's a really cool set. Ingmar Bergman set is $149, and I showed you like the size of that set. $149 is not a bad price for that set. I have this set, but unfortunately, I'm not sure why we put it up this high, because we'll never be able to watch it. It's the Zadichi, the Blind Swordsman set. I give a strong recommendation to the Zadichi Blind Swordsman set. It is absolutely a stunningly fantastic set that I do recommend everybody check out. It's now like it used to be a Blu-ray DVD set, but now it's like a Blu-ray set. But it's gorgeously done, just amazing. And if you've never seen it, like the Blind Swordsman. There's a ton of films. It's like the James Bondian thing. There's so many of them, and they do have like a formula to them as well. You can see here we got the Samurai trilogy here. I have the original edition of this, by the way. I can bring it over if you guys want to see it. I got the original like OG DVD edition of this one. John Cassavetes one is one I've always wanted. I'm a huge Cassavetes fan, and I will say the absolute best, bar none, Criterion closet I have ever seen was this week, and it had Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles. And for those who don't know, Susanna Hoffs is not just a singer, but she is married to a director, and her mom was a director too, a pretty good director in her own rights. And she has just like a razor sharp mind when it comes to cinema. And it comes across in the Criterion closet. Like, watch it. If you weren't in love with Susanna Hoffs from the Bangles days before, you will be as a cinema fan after you watch the Criterion closet video. Have Zadichi set with the Blu-ray missing since she got. Oh, that sucks. It was in the player. I was going to say that it'll be odd if they like, wait a minute, I'll take this one Zadichi film out of the set. Then you got a burglar that's just the inconvenience burglar, right? That's the one thing. But like that, I'd be like Liam Neeson. I'd be hunting that mother down. Somebody steals my movie. Nope, that's it. If a movie went missing here, Arrow did. Let's do. Everybody wants to know the Arrow stuff. Let's go over for a second. Arrow stealing some thunder. Let's see exactly what's showing up right now when it comes to Arrow. Hopefully it'll show up there. Empire with Screams is an amazing set that everybody, almost everybody's going to get. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is gorgeous. Let's look at it. Let's look at this. Going to purchase the Jetsons, the movie as part of the Kino sale. Nice. My better half would love that. We have a 4K Psycho collection, and oh my God, is this a thing of beauty? Psycho 1, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, and Psycho. There's one thing here that we need to see. We're checking the features because I want to know something. So all of them are coming on 4K for the first time, which is amazing because some of these here are. We get Lossless Mono, 5.1, 9 postcards, double posters for each film. This is gorgeous. 120-page bound book. Okay, we got tons of features on here. Tons of features on here. Hey, there's even Psycho 3 has an interview called Body Double, which Brink Stevens did the nude scene in Body Double. In Psycho 3. She was literally the body double. Psycho 4, the beginning, and Psycho 4 in TV aspect ratio. Okay, then I will forgive you for not including the Psycho meets Love Boat amalgamation that was the original Bates Motel with Bud Cort. Slightly, but only slightly, because that should be a featurette on here. That should be like a bonus on here. But because you got the TV aspect ratio for Psycho 4, I will forgive it. This is a gorgeous set, guys. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous set. We got the Carlitos Wasted here. It's, of course, both of these, by the way, just so you know, they're in 4K. There's Blu-ray editions of each of these as well. Utterly gorgeous looking set here for Carlitos Way. And let's look at Blood and... Wait a minute. This is Ringu. Okay, this is a Ringu in there as well. Let's look at what they've got done for Blood and Black Lace. Wow. Yeah. Looks like we got a poster here. We got some art cards as well. We got a book with this one. A nice hard box set. And we even got an art original edition like we always do for these here. We have a different artwork. And I do like this. This is really sexy artwork. And yeah, last but not least, and nobody else has mentioned it, there's a Ringu original artwork slipcover edition here, Arrowstore exclusive, which is kind of neat as well. We talking Tiffany? We are talking Tiffany, aren't we? But there you go, guys. Those are the Arrow editions. We'll look at those a little bit more. Hey, Jason, welcome, man. Welcome back. I am doing this to sucking on some ice because I am dying here. We got the Quatsu trilogy on Blu-ray in the box set. We got the Decalogue. Right, I'm going to say it right now. For me, there's only one Decalogue anybody's ever bought. It's the Arrow limited edition Decalogue from Kozlowski. And if you can't get this, then that is a runner-up. But this one right here, if you can get your hands on this one, get this. Look at a massive beast that this is. Amazing set. Had a ton of films like that Kozlowski did for television. And I don't mean like short films. I mean like 82-minute, 73-minute films, actual very, very cool films. It's about the regular 4K. Hey, isn't that always the case? Like you buy something and then 10 minutes later, like, oh, by the way, there's a new shiny edition out. Did you get this? One of my most coveted is right here. It's America Lost and Found. It's got some great films on here and some that I really love as a film watcher and as was a potential actor. There's some amazing stuff on here. We have Head, Easy Rider, 5 Easy Pieces, which is one of my favorite films and one of the greatest monologues of all time. Drive, He Said, A Safe Place, The Last Picture Show, which is absolutely gorgeous. And The King of Marvin Gardens. What an amazing set. What amazing films. Head is it's a trip and is kind of the least. But yeah. For Criterion, no, you bought up 3 Fantastic Journeys by Carl Zeman. Great set. I have not brought it up yet. So yeah. By the way, guys, if I don't mention something, that's not because I don't like it. I'm just picking some things at random. So if you got favorites, you got in your collection, things that you want people to get, things you think people should pick up, things you think that are musts that people should have in their collection, then shout it out in the comment section. Shout it out with a super sticker so that everybody sees it. There you go. We got the complete Jacques Tati here, which is an amazing little set as well. Monterey Pop. I was going to say Montgomery Pop. I don't know why, but I was going to. Sequel to the Monkees movie. His tagline was going to be, "From the people that gave you head." I kind of love that, Jesse. I kind of love that. It was in the 80s. He could have done like that. That was Then, This Is Now, which is one of my all-time favorite Monkey songs. We have the complete films of Agnes Varda, and I'm not going to lie, they did her a bit dirty with the way they did her set by putting so many films on a disc. Varda deserved a bit better than that. That being said, I do think everybody should own the Agnes Varda set. I eventually want to get this for my better half. I know she'd be a huge Varda fan if she'd ever gotten a chance to dive into it. Have you watched Varda? You know her husband a lot more. So thank you, May December. We got our first donation of the day. And what does that mean? We all know what that means. Art Sucre. Did I get that right? We got our ghost. And for those that don't know, that is not just any ghost face. It's a ghost face cake, my birthday cake. And for those that want to know, yes, it was tiramisu. Because, of course, it was tiramisu. We got Scorsese shorts. There's Martin Scorsese's World Cinema. And we got one from BFI, like one, and they did like a half set as opposed to like an actual whole set. So this one here, this was a stock already. So this one had trances on it. So if you've never seen trances, it is a Moroccan film. And it is a documentary on a Moroccan fusion band that just did such amazing stuff. And Martin Scorsese loves Moroccan fusion music. So there's that there as well. Got the Scorsese shorts here. Now the complete John Vigo. I almost brought this over as a recommendation. I do like this set actually. The grandfather of the French New Wave cinema is Vigo, and unfortunately the guy did not last a long time, which is sad. I really hope that it's like subtitled, but I don't know for a Fantastic Planet because I don't have that one. We got Fanny and Alexander here on its own. We have just so many. Like we're just at we haven't even got to the regular stuff yet. We've got to some 4Ks. We're getting at the boxes, and there's just so many good releases here. The Del Toro trilogy is here. And at this point, I'm giving another recommendation out of my personal collection here, and that's Scanners. Scanners is a really fun little film. I enjoy the hell of this film. Not my favorite work by this director, but because the main actor, not exactly the most charismatic guy you're ever going to meet. But Michael Ironside makes up for that by being the most charismatic guy you're ever going to meet. He's a bad guy. You also get an early appearance by actor and screenwriter Louis de Grande, who's a very famous Canadian screenwriter. He helped do a series called King of Kensington, which was huge over here in Canada, and he starred in his own series, which he wrote as well, called Seeing Things. And if you're Canadian, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about because you can't watch Seeing Things and not remember it for the rest of your life. It's just that good. But Scanners, yes, and who was he? He's the guy that gets his head exploded in that head explosion that you will remember because, yes, it's that head explosion from Scanners. And that is Louis de Grande. We got Safety Last here, an amazing film. Just the epitome of Harold Lloyd's genius is in this movie right here. There's also a 108-minute documentary on Harold Lloyd himself. I'm going to say right now, definitely if you like silent comedy, maybe you picked up some Buster Keaton in the past, or maybe you got some Charlie Chaplin. Maybe you haven't gotten into Harold Lloyd, or you haven't like really checked him out yet. check out Harold Lloyd, Safety Last. Go with this one first, then dive in a bit more. But just so much great stuff. He's the bad guy from Next Karate Kid. Another one and a recommendation from my better half, Class Tourist. Just a great film. We got Lino Ventura, who was kind of like the French Humphrey Bogart, right? We got Jean-Paul Belmondo, who was a huge sex symbol.
Yeah, he was a stunts person at first. Like he does all these stunts.
Oh, I did not know that actually.
Yeah, he does all these stunts.
So Jean-Paul Belmondo, not only is this super cool dude, but he's a guy. He was a stunt guy, and still in his movies, like afterwards, he would do all his own stunts. See, this is what you find out when you marry somebody that watched all these like French films. But this is a fantastic film. This is based on a true story, actually. So unlike some movies that are based on a true story, really based on a true story. A recommendation from me right here is Purple Noon. Love this movie. Alain Delon is in this one. And this is as far as I know, I think this is the first filmed adaptation of The Talented Mr. Ripley. Alain Delon is perfect for this type of role. And if you've never seen it, really, really worth seeing. The original, To Be or Not to Be by Ernest Lubitsch. Fantastic film. I remember watching this with my better half and just getting blown away by how good this was and how good of an actor Jack Benny actually is, because he can get underrated in like all the TV and the Jack Benny like radio show stick that he does. But Jack Benny was a damn good actor, and this movie definitely packs a punch because we got Jack Benny. I think this is the last appearance by Carole Lombard because she would unfortunately pass away shortly after this. But it's a great film, and it is about this acting troupe that are going through Nazi-occupied Germany. Jack Benny is married to Carole Lombard. She's cheating on him. There's like the relationship's a mess, and it's dark humor, but it says a lot. And I got somebody mentioned to me some things nowadays say things in a way that it's almost too blatant. You get slapped in the face with things. To Be or Not to Be has that subtle perfectness that a film has. Seconds, and I was so excited when Suzanne Hoffs mentioned this film because until then I thought I was the only person that loved this movie. It is an amazing film with Rock Hudson. Have I watched this one with you? Have you watched this one? Have you watched this one yet?
No.
We have to watch this. Seconds it's very much in the lines of of kind of a Twilight Zone type of thing. So basically, you got a guy has a pretty unremarkable life. He's getting older, and he gets the chance to go back into a younger body, the body of Rock Hudson. And you think that would make everything perfect, but it so doesn't. And it is such an amazing revelation of a film. It is beautifully shot. It is just amazingly directed by John Frankenheimer. And if you have never seen it, I recommend that you see it as soon as possible. It is a really, really good film and a seminal film. One of the blind buys for me when I picked it up was the Pierre Atu. How do we pronounce his name? How do we pronounce it?
Yeah,
Ite? Ite, there we go. I knew it all along, but I wanted to make sure she knew how to pronounce it. Pierre Ite? Ite, there we go. We got The Suitor, Yo-Yo, As Long as You Got Your Health, Rupture, Happy Anniversary, Le Grand Amour. I can say that in French. Feeling Good and Land of Milk and Honey. It's really fun. It's got kind of a uniquely kind of cool physical comedy aspect to it that I will say you will love when you're watching it. On a very different side, on a much more somber note, the amazing Powell Pressburger film. It's my favorite film that they did, by the way. And this is Black Narcissus. So everybody will go with Red Shoes. They love Red Shoes. But Black Narcissus is such a beautiful film. It is such an amazing film. and you get these group of nuns that they go up to the Himalayas to start a convent, and there's this creeping sense of isolation and dread that starts to come in. There's things that work against them, both within the nuns themselves and within the elements. It is a great movie, and it's a I'm gonna put it out there in like as an isolationistic piece. I would say put it up there with something like the like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, in one of those like what isolation can do to you. Criterion, recommend. We got our second super chat, but from May to December, guys. He is he's make he's showing you up. We got Samurai Trilogy, the Fellini set, Yojimbo Senjuro. You are going to be one of my better half's favorite people because she loves these films. Agnes Varda Collection, Malcolm X, World of Wong Kar-wai, and Memories of Murder. And you cannot go wrong with any of those right there. It's not a bad one, bad recommendation among those. But Criterion's almost like you can't go wrong with Criterion, can you? Like the stuff that they put out there is just so very, very good. Another recommendation right up here. It Happened One Night. I love this movie. It often gets called a screwball comedy. I don't consider it one. It is a great comedic thing with Clark Gable and Claudette Colbert, but and it's a great comedy. There's even a documentary thing on like screwball comedy with question mark, and it's true because screwball comedy is very much it's a snappy type of like arsenic and old lace, the epitome of screwball comedy. It's just snap, 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 snap dialogue. This is a great film. This is not that though, but it is an amazing, amazing film that I definitely recommend. We got the Frank Capra documentary, American Dream. Frank Capra's American Dream from 1997 on here. If you are ever wanted to edit a movie and you want to know, okay, I'm making my first film. I'm going to be editing. I'm looking at some stuff. What should I be watching? Where do I get my inspiration? You get your inspiration from this movie right here. Don't Look Now. It is one of the seminal pieces of editing in cinema. It is just utterly fantastic. It is, of course, directed by the amazing Rogue here. And if you've never seen this, please see it. I actually read the story first because my mom bought me the complete works of Daphne du Maurier when I was young. But it is an incredible film. I love the ending of this film. Another like punch you in the gut type of ending. So we were in St. John's. I was feeling down. I was depressed. I was not feeling the best. We go to HMV. We don't pick up I don't pick anything up, and I'm like in a bit of a funk. My better half goes into her purse and pulls out "Kiss Me Deadly," which she got secretly without me knowing it. Went with Punch Drunk Love, Eraserhead, Devil's Backbone, and Thelma Louise. Good titles, man. It's one of my all-time favorite films. It's my all-time favorite Mickey Spillane adaptation. Next up is probably, I have The Jury, but I love this one right here. It's just incredible. Ralph Meeker does an amazing job in this. If you've never seen this movie, you really, really, really need to. There's great features on here. I love the cover. It's done like a pulp novel, like something you see on a spinner rack back in the day at an airport or your local pharmacy. But it is one of the most beautiful things I've ever got. Look at this. We've got a pulp-looking novel style thing for the case right here. If you've ever seen the movie Repo Man, it owes so much to Kiss Me Deadly. Staying in the kind of sardonic type style, we have Billy Waters' Ace in the Hole. What a film. What a performance by Kirk Douglas. If you have never seen Ace in the Hole, it is one of these movies. No, you don't, LG. No, you don't. No, nice try. You're not going black on me. Why are you going black on me? You can get the. Hate when that happens. There we go. This is a great, great film. Jeffrey, thank you so much. We have our next big Ghostface shout out from Jeffrey. Thank you. We are getting so close to reaching our goal. We're not quite there, but we're like, you guys are amazing. Thank you. See this film. What's really neat about this, though, this is like about like the harshness of media, basically, back in the day. So when they did this, and this was novel when this was done, they made it into a newspaper. So Ace in the Hole has like articles written newspaper. We got one here by Molly Haskell, so fantastic writing on that. And it just opens up, and it's done so much like basically the old school newspaper. I love the way this is done. I hate the fact that Criterion has done this for releases that aren't newspaperish. They just want to save some paper. But for this was amazing in the way that it was done. And Ace in the Hole is such a good movie, and Kirk Douglas, an underrated role for Kirk Douglas. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's an amazing film. Speaking of amazing films and great writing, if you want to be a screenwriter, you watch this movie. Sweet Smell of Success, Burt Lancaster, Tony Curtis, just an incredible film. The dialogue, it is crisp, it flows, it's just amazing, and it's got this sense of like cruelty, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. Because it's the most like, these are not nice people. These are cynically bad people, but it is a great film. Because you got Burt Lancaster, who is a gossip columnist. You got Tony Curtis, who plays a press agent. So you got people that are sycophantically kind of like feeding off each other and hating each other at the same time. I'm like a cookie filled with arsenic. Is that good or bad? And I can't go by without mentioning this one. I know there's a 4K out there by Kino, but this will always be my favorite edition of this film. And I will always think of my dad when I think of this movie. And I can't watch this movie without thinking of my dad and feeling a little lonely for home and a little homesick. And that is The Night of the Hunter. It is just an incredible film. It is the best movie directed by Charles Laughton. It is the only movie directed by Charles Laughton. He did some amazing stuff with this one right here. There is a 2.5 hour long treasure trove of behind the scenes footage, outtakes, a whole bunch of stuff on this as well. It is one of the most gorgeously shot, beautifully rendered films I have ever seen. It's good until the arsenic hits your bloodstream. There you go. By then, it's too late. But man, oh man, what a film! What a great one! It's just something that I had to stop and recommend, and I hope some of those recommendations that I did there can help you out. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's probably going to be more before this video is over. As you can see, there's the Pierre. How does it go again? Ete set, which I totally knew how to pronounce. We have some of these really cool clip sets. I've never actually gotten any of these, but I would love to. We got Up All Night, the Akira Kurosawa, the earlier stuff. We got a Rossellini Bergman set right here. And this is Ingrid Bergman as opposed to Ingmar Bergman, Ian's favorite director. For Agnes Varda DVD set here. We got some amazing stuff. Some great stuff. And there's some stuff that unfortunately is now gone out of print that I wish was still available, like which I had the Mantras of Madman like DVD set was such a good set. That's one I do love. And if it ever comes back in, or they ever put a Blu-ray out of it or 4K, definitely pick it up. I have this one right here, and I'm going to give a recommendation to this one as well. And that is the Three Silent Classics by Joseph von Sternberg. Now, this was a unique one in that we ordered this from, I think it was Unobstructed View when they had a sale. And we did not know if we were going to get it or not, because they went radio silent. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And we thought, okay, I guess they're going to give us our money back. And then the next day, I think that's when it came. But great stuff here. We got Underworld, which is just a fantastic film. The Last Command, The Docks of New York. But if you've never seen like these films, like Von Sternberg, it just amazing. It is live right now, man. That's what we're looking at right here, the Barnes & Noble sale. You can sing your Logan Toxic song, Criterion song as we shop Barnes & Noble in Arcadia. Looks like we're to the end. And look, we got some more of the more modern stuff. There's that beautiful set for Once Upon a Time in China. The one that I think we definitely want down the road, the Mario Van Peebles set. Love his stuff. He just does such amazing work and incredible stuff. So if you've never seen the Van Peebles films, which I'm sure you have, but this is a great set. $62.49 is actually a wonderful price for that set right there. Let's head back to the Criterions. We looked at 4Ks. We looked at box sets. Let's look at Blu-rays. Want to look at Blu-rays, Cindy? What do you think? She said yes. We got to look at Blu-rays. But they haven't broken up Blu-rays because, no, Craig, I hate the new way they do this. So, okay, we got categories. Okay, all genres. I guess we'll look at, and all genres are broken up to genres. Shop the full collection. There we go. You were starting to piss me off, Barnes. Great titles on here that I will recommend. I haven't seen Black Crow, but I hear that's really good. So I'm going to give a half recommendation of that because I haven't seen it. So I can't give a full recommendation on anything I haven't seen. What I can give a full recommendation on is the absolutely fantastic Arsenic and Old Lace. If you have not seen this movie, you really need to see this movie. Arsenic and Old Lace started out as a stage play. In the stage play, Boris Karloff was in the role of the older, evil, escaped from prison brother. So there was a joke in the play that the guy looked like the guy that played Frankenstein, Boris Karloff. So when the movie was made, Boris Karloff actually couldn't be in the film. So they got Raymond Massey in the film instead. But they kept in the you kind of look like that Boris Karloff guy joke that was in the stage play. Sandy doesn't run in my family, it gallops. I'm the son of a sailor. Absolutely stunning film. Absolutely stunning. Notorious is a fantastic Hitchcock film right here. We got the Philadelphia Story. There's so much good, there is so much goodness coming out from Criterion. Sometimes you got to sit back and it kind of blows your mind because they say, the most important films ever made. That's their label. That was one of their logos. They were Criterion putting out the most important films ever. And you think, well, yeah, that's nice. But it's kind of true. Like a lot of stuff they put out are some of the most important films ever made. Everybody's got their favorite Arsenic and Old Lace quote, and I'm all there for it. If you get Arsenic and Old Lace, or if you got Arsenic and Old Lace, you don't have to be or not to be. I recommended that one. I'm gonna stick by that one right there. We got La Bamba coming out. I love that film. Don't you love La Bamba? Richie. We got New Swedish Cinema set right here at 69. We have the Renowned Westerns here for 74. That's the 4K set. Inland Empire, which doesn't get enough love, by the way. My good friend Cinema Dave did give some really good love for Inland Empire, and I was glad to see that. If you haven't checked out Cinema Dave, I'm sure he's going to be doing a video on the Criterion thing. Make sure you check out his channel for that as well. And I'm sure a good friend Brian from Just a Disc will too, so make sure you check those guys out. They do amazing stuff. And Daisuke, always Daisuke, yeah. Well, me and Daisuke are on different time schedules. I would love to get Daisuke in here sometime. I've been on one of his videos actually, Alan. I'm not sure. Well, I'm sure you know that. He was very nice. One of the super nice guy. There are so many great people in the community. I'm just going to say it, put that out there right now. That I've been lucky enough to to talk to and to chat with. That just do some great stuff. Wait a minute, Alan. Are you saying I'm not Criterion knowledgeable? Huh, Alan? Put Alan on the spot right now. No, Alan, I'm joking. It's okay. Adventures of Baron Munchausen, John Neville, probably most famously known for Urban Legend, but also this film too. This might be one on his resume as well. But John Neville's fantastic, and Adventures of Baron Munchausen. This is a favorite of yours, isn't it?
Yeah.
One of my better half favorites is this one right here. And one of the early appearance of Uma Thurman. She's stunning. She's Uma Thurman. She's stunning anyway. But in that movie, she's stunning. So Baron Munchausen. Me too. This is one of the movies I actually did get to see in theater. Did you watch it in theater?
No.
What am I saying? Yeah. How old were you when this week? Baron Munchausen came out. Come on. 89, the year I graduated. So I was 17. How old were you?
Never mind.
Oh, yeah. You were too young.
I've seen it, yeah. I've seen it on TV.
Are you making me sound like a cradle robber? Okay, so we got The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp, which is a really good film. The Lodger, which is utterly fantastic. Punch Drunk Love is here. Wally. I love that Wally's is a part of the Criterion Collection. I'm just messing with you, Alan. You're here all the time, and I really appreciate it, just so you know. And Sarah Polley. I forgot Sarah Polley was in Baron Munchausen. She's Canadian, too, so that is... Man, that is I lose points there. The absolutely fantastic. I have both the Arrow edition and I have the Criterion edition of Videodrome. This is a great, great movie. Do you like Videodrome? Wonderful film. The lead actor is a piece of crap in reality, but he's acting in this is really good. Will not take away from that. James Woods, Sonia Smith's Canadian actress, and Deborah Harry, who most know as the lead singer of the group Blondie. This is such an amazing film. So Canadian, she was on Kids in the Hall. There you go. And she had her own series, right? The Godzilla one that I showed earlier. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Actually, I really love that film. Some Like It Hot. Eventually, I got to grab this one. I remember watching My Own Private Idaho. And that one I saw in theater, too. Very different. It was not did not know anything going in. I just I was a teen, so I knew the actors. I think I was still a teen at that point. So I knew the actors in the film. A film that I watched late one night, and it utterly kind of fascinated me when I saw it, was Badlands. It's a wonderful film with Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, if I remember correctly. And if you've never seen it, it's it's about the spree killers. Wonderful, wonderful film. 39 Steps. Great Hitchcock movie. One heck of a abrupt ending, though. I don't know, man. Green Hornet set. You and me, Alan, we'd be there to buy that one right away. I know that. We got one of my all-time favorites, and it's amazing. I don't own it. You're working right now. We want to stop and rewatch it. Yes, and I'm going to mention, there you go, Valley of the Dolls. An incredible film. No, and it is the only this. And when you watch this, you also have to watch Russ Meyer's Beyond the Valley of the Dolls. Just saying, just putting that out there. Fishing with John is an underrated little classic. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's a TV series type thing, and I recommend it. I've seen it. I don't get on it. The Girl Can't Help It, Tom Ewell, and the absolutely stunning, beautiful Jane Mansfield. Nightmare Alley, the original. I'm sure you guys have seen the remake by now, but the original Nightmare Alley was such a bona fide, stone cold classic in the genre, and so underrated. We got Fiend Without a Face. I love that this is a Criterion film. Absolutely adore it. Yeah, I saw Jungles here. Modern Times. Fantastic Charlie Chaplin film. And one that I don't own, and the reason I haven't bought it was because I was hoping they put out a box set of the director, but they haven't, so I may eventually have to buy it. And that is Tokyo Story. So Uso is a very personal, close director. Now you'll see some directors that'll go for this big, sweeping landscape, like of cinema, and Uso focuses in, and I love that about his work. He makes you really feel for these characters, to understand these characters. He makes you hurt sometimes for these characters, and it's just such wonderful work. Do you like Uso? Hey, I got Kronos here, Smithereens, The Brilliant Targets. Uso, I apparently, Synarchy, I do. I mean, yeah, you know I do, man. You know I'm going to pronounce things wrong. It's a drinking game by now. What? Uso. I said Uso, as in Jay and Jimmy Uso, which means something very different. Uzi, you know. Yes, you must watch all the movies from Jay and Jimmy Uso that they've done.
On the bloodline.
The Bloodline. It's like they're classics. Oh, I love that I got cut out on that. That is so awesome. Uzu. There we go. Thank you. I learned something from this is one of the reasons I'm here. Pronunciation. If anybody here knows like French and Darja, by the way, and want to like slip in like words for me to learn, particularly naughty ones, I would like that. Because my better half refuses to do that. Teach me the bad words, Hind. Teach me the bad words. Lost Highways is a classic. It's one of my better half's favorites. We got Barry Lyndon, which is a movie. If you want to know about like practical lighting, it's fantastic. And if you want to go to sleep, but if you want to know practical lighting, I'm sorry. I know it's a classic. I know everybody loves it. It's just not me. I'm just not the Barry. Maybe I'll watch it again and I'll love the film. When I saw Barry Lyndon initially, I fell asleep. And I watched it a couple years later and I fell asleep again. Hey, welcome, Brent. Just placed a store pickup order for Thelma Louise 4K and Time Benton's 4K just down the street. I'm so excited for you, man. And I'm excited and jealous of the fact that you have a Barnes & Noble store near you. I'm in Morocco. We obviously don't have one here. I was in Canada. We didn't have one there. No matter where I lived, Aaron did not get a break. But I absolutely adore this sale. I used to order from it when we were in Canada, specifically when we were in St. John's. One of our highlights of our collecting, and we my better half doesn't collect a lot of films, but movies and companies that she would focus on and that she would get excited about collecting stuff was Criterion. When the Criterion sale came up, what we would do, I miss this so much. We would we would go on the Barnes and Noble site, and we would look at it together as a couple, and we'd start picking movies that we liked, and we'd put them in the basket. So we'd pick everything that looked interesting, everything that kind of caught our fancy, everything that we kind of loved. And then we would go into that basket, and one at a time, we'd go back and forth and delete one until we could get down to the amount that we could actually afford. And sometimes we would bypass Blu-ray and buy DVD just so we could get more Criterions in our collection. And nowadays we don't get to do that, and we rarely get to shop together when it comes to this type of stuff. But it is some of my best memories of us is being able to like share that. And there's something special about being able to share your, like, when you love something and someone and that comes together, there's something about that. Have a Barnes & Noble a couple miles away. You're stopping after work. I'll be like Urban Legend. I'll be in the back of your car. Just Sauce and Lambs is here. That sounds creepy. Downhill Wings of Desire. The Great Monty Hellman's Two-Lane Blacktop is here as well. I pronounced that one right. That name, I got that name. Hidden Fortress, which is a fantastic film, by the way. A very like seminal film for Star Wars. If you've never seen Hidden Fortress and you're a big Star Wars fan, go check out Hidden Fortress. Just trust me on that one. Next up is one that I am going to give a recommendation and shout out to, and that is the absolutely fantastic Red River, a Howard Hawks film. Montgomery Clift, John Wayne. Love this movie. I love the fact that the book is here as well. You take it out. You got the Blazing Guns on the Chisholm Trail book. And it's a book. Like, this is not like a booklet or something. It's an actual book. You got yourself some reading to do. And of course, it has its own booklet of the film there as well. And it's a fantastic movie, by the way. See, everybody, like Robert, like when I give a little bit of trash to Barry Lyndon, understand this: I'm in the minority, and I absolutely know it. And that being said, would I buy it if I had the bones to do it in a frigging like New York minute? Yes, I would. It would be my first one. Like, there's other ones that go first. On the Lost Souls is here with Charles Laughton. We got some great stuff here. Swing Time with Fred Astaire is a fantastic film. Double Indemnity is something I think everybody needs to own. If you don't have it, like, I'm sure somebody's got at least one copy of Double Indemnity. I have two. I've got a DVD edition and a Blu-ray edition. Came with like these like art cards and stuff like that. You know which one I'm talking about, because it was one of those special edition things they put out. I'm a huge Joan Crawford fan, so like I'm always gonna pimp out Mildred Pierce. I think Joan Crawford is, one, scary but amazing. Eve's Bayou is here. Miller's Crossing is a great little film. You got Parasite. Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. I love Twin Peaks. I saw Fire Walk with Me in theater. And I initially was not a massive fan of Fire Walk with Me. It took a couple watchings for me to like really get it, which kind of par for the course for some David Lynch stuff. But when I liked it, I really, really liked it. They got Raging Bull here. There's just so much goodness here. 12 Angry Men, Grand Budapest Hotel. If you ever notice that when somebody like first discovers Criterion, like they buy a lot of Wes Anderson. Like, it tends to be a thing, right? Like, they're going in, well, what I gotta get, like, I gotta buy these Wes Anderson like titles. Like, I'm not sure like if it's just where he's so associated with Criterion, but people tend to, like, when they get into Criterion for the very first time, Wes Anderson tends to be the director that they go for first. For Walk With Me is your favorite Lynch, which that is saying something. San Arcadia, and it's a great film. David Bowie's in that one as well. So All That Jazz is here, which I absolutely adore. It's showtime. Doctor Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. I totally butchered the name, but there we go. We'll go with that. The Graduate, which is a beautiful tragic romance with another film that has a bit of a sad ending, because it takes your typical Hollywood romantic film, romantic comedy, and whereas in a fairy tale that always ends with "and they lived happily ever after," The Graduate stays for that 1 second longer. That 1 second longer, that puts a whole reality damper on the romantic comedy. If you've never seen The Graduate, watch it to the end. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about already. So I always Anderson got there and do exactly. Me too, man. I'm not. You pick up all the Cary Grant releases. They are amazing. You've gotten a lot, man. You got the Synapse coming. You got your everything bundle. If you missed out on our Patreon video that we did, May to December, 1, amazing. 2, a beast of a buyer for the sale. He got some amazing stuff. We got Hacks on here, which is another fantastic one. The movie that Bill Hader called the perfect date film, Salo. I also love that episode of Criterion Gossip, by the way. Dress to Kill, my third favorite Brian De Palma film. Hedwig and Angry Inch, fantastic. Though that's something I prefer to watch as a Broadway thing, but great film. The Samurai is here. Polyester, I Love Myself from John Waters. Straw Dogs, that's a hard watch, guys, but it's a good film. Uninvited, the wonderful title right here. Fantastic Planet. Alan asked me earlier if this was subtitled or dubbed, so let's see if they actually say here. They do not say, Alan. I do apologize. I would assume dubbed. I am the worst enabler of all time. I'm the best enabler of all time. Both sales you bought overnight. You did. You bought a massive amount from the Synapse sale. Did you go back again, by the way? Do you have the? I'm the devil on the shoulder. Did you get this movie? This movie's really good. Have you checked this one out yet? And before you know it, you're sleeping on the couch. Well, you have an amazing better half, May. So that's incredible. We had a conversation about it, and this is we collect, we love cinema, we love this type of thing, and it's great to have people that around you that understand that, and they're you know what, this is what makes you happy, and it makes me happy too. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, one of the seminal early 80s films, one of the best soundtracks of all time. Starting off the movie with that that mall sweeping shot there with, Go-Go's We Got the Beat playing. Absolutely adore that film. Citizen Kane, also a pretty good film. But hey, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. No, they're both wonderful films. In a Lonely Place. Watership Down. I can tell you right now, I will never get my better half to watch this movie. I think she may have seen it as a kid, and maybe one of the reasons she doesn't watch animated movies with animals. Bicycle Thieves is a fantastic film. If you've never seen it, I'm going to give her a recommendation. There's so many films. It's hard for me to go by and not give recommendations to certain films. I'm trying to limit myself and let you kind of discover things on your own too. We got Slacker here by Richard Linklater. Bring a Baby is here. Hard Day's Night. My Man Godfrey. Solomon's Travels is a fantastic film. I got the Arrow edition of that one. A week ago, she let you put down $1,000 on a TerraVision 50 Blu-ray subscription. Man, that is amazing. It's amazing to be able to do that too. So, you know, truly blessed, man. The War of the Worlds, great film with Gene Barry here. I love that the TV series was like a Canadian TV series, War of the Worlds, done in the late '80s, lasted for 2 seasons. That it kind of like when it kind of continues right after the movie. So we got The In-Laws with Peter Falk here. It's a fantastic film. Personal Shopper is one of my better half. I haven't watched Personal Shoppers yet. My better half told me I have to watch Personal Shopper. It's a me film, so I will definitely check it out. So I'm catching up on stuff. Had the Master of Cinema version of Showa that comes with a resource book. That is cool. Did I pronounce it right, by the way? We got If, which is a wonderful film with Malcolm McDowell. I love Malcolm McDowell. I got to meet him, so a very nice guy. Rashomon here, foreign correspondent is here as well. Something Wild, and again another favorite of mine, Blue Velvet. There would be no Twin Peaks if Blue Velvet did not exist. This is your blueprint for Twin Peaks, guys. I haven't seen the new. I actually want to see the UK version of War of the Worlds, but I haven't seen it yet. Beyond the Valley of the Dolls, the only Russ Meyer Criterion title, the only Criterion written by Roger Ebert. Oh, Lucky Man! I got the old DVD edition of Oh Lucky Man. Such a good movie, Center Arcadia, and I agree. I would love to see it get a Criterion edition. My Darling Clementine. I actually picked up the Arrow edition of that, which I think looks a tiny bit cooler. As I flex, because this is the Arrow edition right here. Look how sexy this is. Come on, love this. Didn't stop her. Well, we got My Dinner with Andre here. Tess with the absolutely stunning Natasha Kinski. Rafifi, another wonderful film. I got the Arrow edition of this one as well. Arrow, what's it called? Yeah, Arrow Films. Arrow Academy edition. Big Chill. Complete Lady Snowbird is here. Rom Crusoe on Mars. Bottle Rocket. I have it because I have most of the Wes Anderson films. This one was sent to me, and it's a fantastic too. Is Mishima. Definite recommendation on that one there. The Umbrellas of, how does it pronounce that? Is that Cherubim? What's that? Hind? The Umbrellas of, it's a Jacques Demy film. Cherubim. Oh, hold on, wait. Wait. There.
Where is it?
Right there. You're not on camera, right? Yeah.
Okay. The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Cherbourg.
Okay, so for once I kind
Cherbourg.
of.
In French, it's Cherbourg. You don't pronounce the G at the end. Cherbourg. Cherbourg.
Okay, so you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. So turn on the camera. Say it.
The Umbrella of Cherbourg.
There we go. Boo. I hope for Targets. Targets is a really good title, man. May said you had a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
It's all that sexy French talk she does. The Last Temptation of Christ was never controversial at all. He said, "You're welcome." We got Day for Night here, a wonderful film, which I have yet to own, but I absolutely adore it. Charlie Chaplin's Circus is here as well. Brief History of Time, Stephen Hawking's. I was speaking with a guy, a very nice guy named Sean. who actually spoke with Mr. Hawking. Night of the Living Dead, which I showed you. Obviously, it's one to own. Whether you pick up the Blu-ray, the 4K, you just should. It's just one of those movies to have in your collection. Blowout. As for like the more modern type stuff, a lot of people really love Sound of Metal. We got Devil in a Blue Dress Hair, 3 Colors trilogy from Kozlowski. You might pick up the mirror. You only have the DVD. Is that one here? Did I pass that one? Ah, there it is, right there, mirror. Yeah, I did pass it. There's so much greatness here. If you're Exotica, what a wonderful film. Adam McGowan, absolutely love this one. You got the 3, of course you do. The 4K trilogy. Bruce Greenwood, Mira Kushner, Don McKellar. Don McKellar was a big actor when he came over in Canada. And of course, who else is in this one? Why, it is, Elias Cotes, who you're going to know from movies like Crash and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because, yeah, that's him. Got Seventh Seal here, which I already got in the box set, so I really don't need to upgrade to that one. Daddy Longlegs, another fantastic one. Imitation of Life, Claude Colbert. Hollywood Shuffle. I love this movie. This is such a good movie. As is Coolie Eye. Like 2 stone cold classic. Bergman Island, which I did not know was not the Bergman Island that's on my box set. Like I found that out from Cinema Dave. That's a totally different film. So I gotta check this one out down the road. Stalker is actually a good one for Tarkovsky's. It kind of, if you've never watched the Tarkovsky films, it's definitely a decent watch to kind of get into his stuff. Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems is fun. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Crash. Hey, Crash, one of your favorites, right? No. One of the most romantic films of all time. Crash has the beautiful, tragic line that haunts you. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. If you know it, you know it. That's the thing. But I say, if you're going to get into Tarkovsky, Stalker's not a bad start, because if you're, at least it's not Human Condition long, so you're good with that. Le Corbeau, fantastic film by Henri Georges Clouseau, and for the longest time, I was so excited that I had the DVD because it was out of print. Now the Blu-ray's there. Now everybody can get it. I'm not special anymore. Such fantastic stuff, guys. Such amazingly fantastic stuff. We'll do one more page here. Then I'm gonna go for now. I have to do some video later on tonight that I'm looking forward to doing, and I have to do this thing called eating. Yeah, it is a wonderful film. Outside of it can come off as just perverse and disturbing. Yeah, but it's so much more than that. What do I do with Criterion DVDs when I upgrade them? Depends. I mean, if there's different features on them, keep them. If not, I have like friends and relatives, like my kids and stuff like that I want to see. I want them to see like important films that I consider important, films that I think that they'll enjoy. And that's where they would go then. Like, I don't live in an area where there'd be a store or something like that. And right now, my better half, her mother runs a boarding school where there's like girls from different ages right up to from elementary to high school. And when I think of there's maybe movies that I have, especially if they're French films or something like that, that's always a thought too. So I guess the short answer is I never sell, but I do give away. But no, I can't sell because I'm in Rock. Breakfast Club. I love Breakfast Club. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite movies of all time. And here's the thing. When it came out, I just fell in love with the movie. I was a teenager. I completely related to characters within the film, especially Judd Nelson's character. And my home life wasn't like Judd Nelson's, so it wasn't like that. But you feel like the awkward. Actually, no, yeah, Ali Sheedy. I was probably Ali Sheedy. As much as I want to think I was smart enough to be the nerd, or I was popular enough to be the princess, I was probably Ali Sheedy. But I brought it. I rented it. Brought it to my dad and my stepmom. They went to the kitchen to get tea, make toast, get snacks. Almost all throughout the film, they were bored out of their minds. And now it's a classic. So, who's laughing now, Dad? Now it's on Criterion, Dad. Work out your dad issues with Criterion. Oh no, it's just it was meant for my generation. Got Throne of Blood here, Path to Glory, The Game, way better than Alien 3. Alien 4 is still better than Alien 3 because you don't kill off Newt. You do not kill off Newt. Watched Braxco the first time a few years ago. Had on VHS, nice. Gino collects some VHS stuff. What are we going to be talking about tonight? We're having Gino on tonight, so make sure you come back to that later. Blood Simple, Coen Brothers stuff is fantastic. The Killing's a wonderful film. And this is the one, if I remember, it's got Killer's Kiss on it as well. M, strong recommendation for M. So what time's on again? It is 11 my time. So it is now 4:27. Yeah, so it'll be 6.5 hours. 6.5 hours. Tales from the Crypt, the remake of Past the Glory, oddly enough. Yeah, but I gotta love. That's one of the brilliant things about Tales from the Crypt. I actually got to go set up the stream for that for later tonight. At 11 p.m. my time, which is around 6.5 hours time because it's 4:30 here now. And with that being said, at 1 hour and 28 minutes, I want to thank you all for joining me for this Criterion look, for that quick dive into the Arrow announcements as well. I want to give a special shout out and thanks to my Patreon members. I want to give a extra special shout out and thanks for May 2 and Jeff for bringing in and putting up the donations, the super chats, because right now it's a really hard time in the channel. It's a harder time in the Penn household. So when you do that, it means more than you can ever imagine. Thank you guys so much. I love you all. I will see you here tonight when we're talking to Gino. We're doing our very first collector's corner, talking to Gino, talking about his collection, talking about stuff that he's into. And 11 my time. Didn't I say that? Okay. And we'll have a lot of fun with that. So I'll see you soon. Mwah! Love you all. And I can't buy any movies right now, so buy an extra one for me and enjoy it yourself. See you soon right here in the Call Center.